So make sure you guys share this live and let everyone know that we are on. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our very special guest is here. Music artist, actor, producer, YouTube content creator, and so much more. Imari Reynolds, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back at 4 with Johnny and the next interview. It's a little bit low. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
It's a little bit low. Give us a sec, ladies and
Can you
gentlemen.
hear
We're
me now?
trying to get this. Yes, perfect. Yes, I can hear you now.
Uh, how you
All
doing?
right, welcome, welcome. I'm doing fabulous yourself.
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. I'm glad to be here on your platform today.
It is such a pleasure to have you here. And I've interviewed one of your colleagues, Renaissance, in the past. They interviews we've done 304 shows total. And I did it. I was able to finally get an interview with Renaissance. So I'm pretty excited about
That's
that.
pretty good. But it's good to. That's why I tell people all the time that networking is pretty good because when you network, it can take you somewhere really far. You know what I mean? So it's just crazy that that when we spoke and we just I was like, how did you find out about me? You told me about that, and it was just like, wow. It's crazy how you think the world is so big, but it's small when you just talk when you talk to people.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So let's get right into this interview, ladies and gentlemen. You were born in Detroit, Michigan. Tell us a little bit about that. How many brothers and how many sisters?
I only have two brothers, but I was raised in Detroit most of my life, a quarter of my life. Uh, but I was around like the east side of Detroit, and growing up in that area, it was really rough. It was hard um, making it out. I was used to being like a dreamer, so it was just like I was very passionate about art, a little bit of music, just anything kind of productive. But um, growing up in that environment, you would be considered like a nerd, something like that, or uh, not something that was accepted. But over time, I started learning and growing and start becoming, who I am today. And yeah, Detroit was uh, Detroit was a very special city, and that's always been a special city in my heart.
And growing up, you like to draw, you like to play sports, you like to do music, all of these
Yeah.
things. So, how did your passion for music all come along?
Well, I've always been raised in church, so you always hear them different tunes, different melodies. So that always stuck with me. And then radio. So I always picked up on gospel, rap, a little bit of country, R&B. So I was always around music my whole life. So I didn't think I was gonna be an artist myself. I just liked, the art of music. And I was in the choir, and we obviously sang a little bit. In my heart, a little bit. I did like it a little bit, but as a man, I felt like it wasn't for me because we want to be a man, you don't want to sing. But I don't know. I think I grew into love doing music during the pandemic. Uh, when you in the pandemic, you learn that you like TikTok, or you learn like different things, like cooking and stuff. So I started doing a little bit of music just to do it for fun for my YouTube channel. And I don't know. There was a few songs I did, and people said that I should keep going, keep striving, and keep pushing, doing more music. So I like it myself. I tell it from the heart sometimes. So, yeah.
And you've also played sports as well too.
Yes,
Uh
I
oh.
play
Wait a minute.
sports. I'm mostly a basketball guy.
All right, I thought it was football, but basketball,
Yeah,
interesting.
football. I tried to do football, but I always felt like I was like too small on the field, and the coaches wouldn't use me. So, but basketball was always my thing. I used to play basketball even in wintertime. like outside when it's snowing. I used to play in Detroit like all the time basketball. I love the basketball. Yeah.
Okay, okay. And speaking of wintertime, what do you think about the shift of this weather? Because we are definitely in, and with this thing going on, the pandemic and being separated away from your family members, and just the anxiety is now at an all-time high. So how have you been managing with everything like that? Shout out to my brother K Tooks. Make sure you guys go and subscribe to his YouTube channel as well.
I definitely see a shift, and I do what I can to try to keep in touch with my family. Make sure that everything's good. Make sure that um, you know all things as well. Most importantly, I think with the policies and procedures that's going on, I think we just need to follow 'em. Um, and most importantly, just do whatever it takes to survive. So
Absolutely. Absolutely 100%. And I've talked to a lot of actors. They've been saying that there's been a lot of restrictions on set as well too, with having to balance out, get the swab of the nose. And I know that can be so irritating and annoying at the same time. And it's kind of painful, but we have to take these guidelines. Like, this is literally, and I was telling my girlfriend this the other day, this is literally the new normal.
yeah,
And a lot of people ask, when am I going to start? Me and my co-host going to start doing shows in person. I'm just like, there's no telling. A lot of people, we can't predict the future, what's going to happen. Like, this just hit us. It hit it when it was back
off
in.
guard.
Go ahead. I'm
I said
sorry.
I think this threw everybody off guard.
We were not expecting it at all. We were not expecting it. And before this thing even hit, I would exercise a lot. Like, a lot of things that we used to do, we can't really do anymore, because it's just, this right here is just said, this is God's way. And my mom told me this. This is God's way of putting a pause on every single thing. Like, everything that you needed to really want to do. Like, I'm a person, I like to create vision boards and things like that and such, and go out. Me and my cousin will be going out and shopping, especially during around this time, because it's closer to the holidays. We will be going out there getting those deals and things like that. But now it's just like, okay, you kind of have to sit back and just. But thank God for technology. That's all I'll say.
I definitely thank God for technology. I don't know what I'd do without technology.
Absolutely. So let's go into the acting. What made you get a little bit into acting as well?
Well, I started in the church play. Um, I want to say it was by force because I didn't want to get involved in the church play. But this was a role I played Jesus in this particular moment. Once the play was over, the crowd, they cheered everybody on. They stood up and applauded everybody, and I just felt the energy from that, and it was just like, whoa, maybe I should be good at that. And I started taking classes in the local area in Michigan, and that's how things started changing from there. I started getting extra opportunities on sets, and then it shifted over to like supporting and then the lead role. So um, I just think that I think that was a perfect opportunity, being a part of that church play, to set the milestone for everything else.
Okay, yes. And fast forward, people know you for your key roles such as Old Bryce in 2018 and Key Lord 2016. So tell us, what's it like? You took your training for acting and everything, and now you're on set. Everything that you've learned, you're now being able to incorporate it on set. So tell us what it's like being on set. And because when you're on set, I shot a film as well too. I did some acting, but it was just like one. Shout outs to Alex Jonte. It was a horror film. And I played the role as a college professor. So it was a little bit out of my element. I went in with no acting experience whatsoever. Shout outs to Sky. See you watching. Everybody was just like, okay, take your time, remember your lines. And when we was doing the table read, it was so much fun. So to be able to interact with me and my co-star Roman, just the interaction alone on set, was made it even more hot. Like people went to go watch the film. So The Assistant 2 Reconnected is on YouTube, John T Productions. Shout outs to Alex. With you being on set, everything you've learned from your acting classes and taking the classes and everything, what is it like for you being on set for the first time and having to remember everything?
Um, this is why you take classes. They teach you how to be prepared. You don't
Hmm.
be in those situations, and I've been in those situations before where I wasn't studying my lines, or I wasn't focusing what the character wants and need, what the story was about, and let me tell you, that was a shipwreck on that particular project. But experience, you know, learn from it. So I always try to do what I can to try to learn my character, how he feels, what needs to be done, and most importantly, I always try to get along with production too, because sometimes uh, when you help their job become easier, you just make the whole atmosphere. It just flows better when you get the job done. So,
Okay, okay. So we'll talk a little bit about Peace Be Still in a minute, but if you could collaborate with any actor or actress, they could still be here alive and living, or they could be long passed on, what would be your dream collaboration? Who would you love to collaborate and work with in the future? Hey, V Brown, actor, singer.
um, you talking about like acting wise?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um, I'm gonna have to go with, I don't say him as much, but Kevin Hart, I guess. Kevin Hart.
Okay, okay. So more comedy. So more comedy. You would like to do more
Yeah.
comedy.
I'm
Okay.
usually more dramatic, but I would like to shift over to more comedic roles.
Yes, and when I did my interview with Renaissance and a few other actors, they're just like when they're regular on a television series or something, people always, we recognize you for this character. We've known you to play this type of
Yeah.
role. With Viola Davis is the prime example. We know her to play the mother or to play a woman that's leading something of the sort. But with people like Denzel Washington, and Viola, they're able to cross over and do different things like that as well, too, like the comedies. Because, people think in Hollywood, black actors and actresses, they sometimes get typecasted. And Leslie Jones, she's one of my favorite actresses. I think she's absolutely hilarious. Um, they typecast her as the loud ghetto best friend in a comedy series. But the thing is, you can do so much more than that. Like actors and actresses are multifaceted. Like Kerry Washington, you've seen her in some comedies. You've seen her as Olivia Pope on Scandal. So it's all about being versatile and being able to go through a different range of acting. Now, my next question, let's get into it. You have become a regular on the series Peace Be Still. So would you mind telling the Fashion Dolls a little bit about your character and a little bit about the series and what it's about?
So my character was Jeremiah Steele. He was a photographer for a company, which was a very rich company. Um, there was a lot of issues between the family members, a lot of uh, back situations going on behind the company. So it was a lot going on. But I was more the guy that was just trying to be neutral in the situation. Jeremiah. Um, that was a good role. I'm not gonna lie. That the chemistry was there on set. Everybody got along fine. The director was very thorough. He knew what he wanted the vision. Um, He still, if y'all ain't seen it, just go check it out.
Definitely, definitely. All right. So before we get to our game segments, the rapid five, and then the turn the table segments, Amara gets to ask Miss Stevie some questions, and nothing he asks her is on limits. So it's off limits totally. I don't know what he's gonna ask me. It's pretty fun. I have a good time doing that segment. Um, what brings you stillness? What makes you happy? What is your go-to thing? Because again, it goes back to what I was saying in the beginning of the interview. Hey, Sky. Um, it's been difficult being away from family and friends. Like me, I'm a very affectionate person. I love to hug, and if I haven't seen anybody in a long time, but it's been difficult for a lot of people. So, what brings you stillness? What keeps you grounded and all of this going on?
Um, when I'm away from family and friends and through situations like these, I usually just take the time and create something. I'm a content creator. I got a YouTube channel, so there's people that's always, they may not have access to their own TV, but they have access to their phone. They might want to watch a show. They might want to watch me. So I have to create.
And I got one question to ask you. Why prank mama? Why you got to prank mama though? You prank mama with the broken TV? You know how black mamas are?
Oh man. I think I might be done with the pranks.
Uh-oh. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she got fed up with the pranks. Oh my god. You got me there. That was funny.
Okay. All right, Fashion Dolls. You guys have been waiting for it. It is time for the rapid five. So, Amar, you have to tell us 5 things you can't live without.
Okay. I can't live without my cell phone. I can't live without my family. I can't live without my money. I can't live without my car. And I can't live without these girls.
All right, that's 5. That's 5, ladies and gentlemen. All right, it is time to turn those tables. So Miss Stevie is about to get put in the hot seat. Amari is about to ask me some questions. I don't know what he's going to ask me. Relationships, family. Some people go for relationships. They're trying to get all up in my business. So whatever you want to ask is now's the time, ladies and gentlemen. And the audience chime in as well too. So go ahead, Amari.
Okay. I can ask you anything. All right. You ready?
All right.
Hold on real quick. All right. What's 2 times 2 plus 4 minus 0?
Whew. It's been so long, y'all. All I can give you is 2 times 2. That's 4.
Okay.
Shoot.
We getting somewhere. 2 times 2 plus 4 minus 0.
Oh, Lord. Now he stumped me.
Anybody know it in the chat? 2 times
Yes.
plus
If you're
4.
just coming in, I've never had nobody ask me a math question before.
Hey, look, I like to throw people off sometimes.
Jesus.
What's 2 times 2 plus 4 minus 0? Oh, 8. I think it's 8.
My mind is kind of fuzzy. It's been so long.
No, so I kept saying it over and over again because I was like, what is the answer? Because I don't even know. I just said it. You said it's a secret. Yeah, I was trying to see
V
if your
Brown
math,
actor.
your brain was still working. She said 8. She said it. 8. Good job. B Brown, actor, singer.
Yep. Shout outs to him. Any
Oh, you
questions,
know.
ladies and gentlemen? Any more
So all right, let
questions?
me give you another question. So, if you could go to any place like for a vacation right now after everything we've been through, where would you go?
I would have to say Paris. I would love to see the fashion and everything there. But with doing runway shows and everything, it's again having to go follow those guidelines. I just wish it was just a way where we could just go venture and do the things that we really want to do.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I agree. Anything in particular in Paris you would like to see?
The Eiffel Tower, the Eiffel Tower. I've seen pictures of it throughout my childhood. read about it in school, and just the scenery there is so beautiful. So I would love to go to the
I
Eiffel
know they
Tower.
got the Eiffel Tower looking like a whole bust down.
And you can sit in the top and everything, take pictures. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I told myself, I said if I take somebody to Paris with me, we together, we together, because that's a lover city right there.
It sure is.
Eat snails together.
Any questions, ladies and gentlemen, before we conclude the hot seat segment? Because if my co-host Johnny was here, he would definitely be trying to grill. Like he tried to get all up in my business. Who are you dating? When's the last time you
Oh, you
did
want
this?
to hit one of
Yes.
those?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I said one of these days I'm gonna get one of those people. I'm gonna get one of those people. I ain't get them yet. I've been getting some spicy ones, but not too spicy. So I'm like, all right, we on a good here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, any questions for myself or Amari before we conclude this sensational, amazing interview?
Any questions?
Shout outs to V Brown Singer. Let me give some shout outs here. Shout outs to V Brown Singer, my brother Sky. Hi, Damien. Shout outs to K Toots. Make sure you guys go and subscribe to his YouTube channel. Just a lot of black content creators. I see you all are coming in. Make sure you share the live. We'll be back again at 4 p.m. with our second interview, and we'll be covering some topics as well. So make sure you guys tune in for that.
And I definitely want to make sure y'all know. If y'all ain't know about Imari Reynolds, make sure y'all go check me out on linktree.com/Imari Reynolds. And if y'all want to check out my music, linktree.com/Imari Reynolds music. I will be dropping more music very soon. I have a music video that will be dropping this week at the end of the week. Yes, it is dropping at the end of this week. So make sure y'all run that numbers up, get it shared, everything. And I promise we got more content on the way. And plus, I want to announce on your platform that I just won an award for comedic, and I will be showing that in my vlog very soon. So
Congratulations.
thank you. This is my first physical award, so I'm really happy about it. I'm real stoked about it. So I just didn't want to announce it yet, but I'm gonna tell these guys right here because you guys are cool. But once I finally get it, then I'm gonna actually show it and announce it and everything. So, but outside of that, you guys just check me out, give me a shot, give me a chance, share me to y'all friends, man. I promise we gonna make it to the top.
Okay, I got a question from V Brown Actor. If you saw Andrew Caldwell on the street, what would you do?
Andrew Caldwell.
Um, l- Let me give you guys the backstory on Andrew Caldwell. He went viral in 2014 at the Church of God in Christchurch, and he yelled, "How? Oh, I'm delivered. I don't like men's no." Yeah, that Andrew Caldwell. If I saw him on the street, I'm gonna keep it cute. I'm gonna keep it cute. Because he said some things about our sisters out here. He said some things about black women, calling us tricks, and what did he call us? Scallywags and all kinds of stuff. Um, God bless you, because I can't say what I really want to say or do what I really want to do, but God bless you. That's what I would say to him. Then smile. Any other questions, ladies and gentlemen, before we conclude this interview with Imari Reynolds?
Well, while they're thinking of some questions, I want to say that I really appreciate you for letting me be on your platform. I really had a good time, getting to know you a little bit and actually just being excited to be here. So
And it's such a pleasure to have you here. I'm so glad V Brown at the single laughing. Yeah, God bless you. Listen, this is my advice to people out here who try to tear other people down. Um, and I heard Nene Leak say this before. You can't win when you're playing dirty. When you're mean and you're nasty and you have a nasty spirit on you and you're always constantly tearing people down, it's going to come back to fire back at you at the end of the day. So I'm a firm believer in karma. Whatever you put out there in the universe, it and I'm a firm believer of that we all have a conscience. So when you do something to somebody, it's going to come back to haunt you at the end of the day, good or bad. So if you put out good energy, attract good energy. But if you put out bad energy, that juju's going to come back to get you. So never know.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're getting some
I'm
light.
keeping it cute, V Brown actor singer. You'll get that other side later. You'll get that other side later of what I really want to do to him. But he's got a lot of things coming his way from New York to Atlanta. So that's all I'll say. And that's the karma. See how God works? That's the karma right there. So any other questions before we conclude this interview, ladies and gentlemen, because it is almost 4. And our next special guest is also an actor as well, too. Make sure you guys tune in 4 p.m. My co-host Johnny will be joining me. Davion Busey will be joining me in the next hour at 4 p.m. So make sure you guys tune in for that. Today we're going to be talking about Lizzo and protecting the Black woman. More importantly, Black women's body image and so much more. So make sure you guys tune in for that at 4 p.m. We got a lot more that we're going to be discussing. And condolences. Today we lost Colin Powell, was just announced. So just wondering if you'd engage in conversation or fisticuffs. I'm already looking at me like, girl, you bet not.
I don't know what's going on. I'm like, maybe something else is happening. I don't know. Any other
It would probably be the second one. This man had when I tell y'all this man has done some things. He has really done some things to tear down Black women from what I've seen, and then he's made profit off of it. So that's all I'm gonna say on that. I'll speak a little bit more about that in the next hour. He went after Kevin Samuels. We didn't get a chance to cover that story Friday. So yeah, we'll be talking about that a little bit in the next hour. And it's Johnny's day to lead the show, so I don't know what topics he's gonna choose. You guys just have to stay tuned. But that's just a little bit of what we'll be discussing. So if we don't have any more questions, I'm going to wrap up with our very special guest for today, Imari Reynolds. Make sure you guys go check out his music. Dragonfly is one of my favorites. Subscribe to his YouTube channel and follow everything that he's doing. Thank you so much for giving us a little bit of your time and coming on.
Thank you so much for having me.
You are so welcome, and I look forward to speaking with you again in the future.
All right.
Take care, ladies and gentlemen.